everybody, and welcome to Live at 4. Mark is on vacation this week. Brady Mallory is with us once again. Hi there.
Hey, happy Tuesday.
How you doing on this rainy Tuesday?
You know, I've had my fill of the rain.
Yeah, I know.
Waiting for summer.
I hear you. Everybody feels that way. We'll get an update on the weather in just a little bit. But topping our headlines today, the fallout from the leaked opinion at the Supreme Court that would overturn Roe v. Wade.
And if the Supreme Court decision continues as it appears, what does that mean for women in Wisconsin?
Plus, Ukraine is going to be getting more Javelin missiles. President Biden took a tour of a factory in Alabama today that will be producing some of them. Let's take a look outside today. It was raining on and off most of the day.
A good day to stay inside, I think.
That's right. Look at how green the things are getting, though.
So a plus side there.
Yeah, right. There's the silver lining. A break in the rain are the weather words today. Julian is on the weather patio. Oh, not yet.
There's
Still have the umbrella up.
Right, Susan. We're not seeing this break just yet, but we will start to see it start to take a turn as we get into the later part of this evening. But as of right now, we can see with the radar, just that last band of rain is really starting to spread itself across Dane County. But once this clears out, we are looking for much more clear conditions for us heading into tonight. So taking a look outside, though, it is cloudy, it is dreary, but don't worry, folks. We will start to see our break in the rain coming up in just a few moments. But until then, we're going to be looking at what have stacked up for today. Our high was around 49 degrees, still very chilly, very cool than what it is normally around this time of year. 64 degrees is what we normally see, but we're still holding on to cool conditions as we get into our third day of May. Now, as we see temperatures as of right now, 48 degrees towards Janesville, 49 in Platteville. Many of us into those middle and upper 40s, but it is definitely breezy as well. So, of course, it's cool, it is cloudy, it is rainy, and it is breezy. It's just not a really great day to be outside, but definitely a good day to stay inside. But we'll start to see some breaks going into our evening hours as we will see the cloud cover really start to clear out going into tonight, even though temperatures themselves will also be on the cool end as we transition into our Thursday. Taking a quick look at, or Wednesday, excuse me, but taking a quick look at our traffic as of right now. Pretty clear around the Beltline and over towards the interstates. We are looking at more or less the same as we're getting our evening rolling for us. But we'll talk more about that break in the rain coming up in a few moments. But until then, back to you guys.
Thank you, Julian. Well, people continue to react to a draft Supreme Court opinion that indicates a majority of justices are ready to overturn Roe versus Wade.
Chief Justice John Roberts says the Supreme Court will investigate the release of a draft opinion that could strike down the historic decision. It started when Politico published a leaked draft by Justice Samuel Alito of a majority opinion that would overturn the 1973 decision guaranteeing a federal constitutional right to an abortion. Justice Roberts called the leak a singular and egregious breach of trust, but did confirm the draft is real. Roberts says he is directing the marshal of the court to launch an investigation into the source of the leak. President Biden reacted this morning.
The rationale of the decision as released were to be sustained. A whole range of rights are in question.
The document obtained by Politico appears to be a draft of a majority opinion in Dobbs versus Jackson, which is a case regarding Mississippi's law banning most abortions after 15 weeks. The court heard arguments in the case on December 1st. The draft, which appears to be written by Justice Samuel Alito, was reportedly circulated in early February. It describes the reasoning in Roe as, quote, exceptionally weak. If Roe v. Wade is ultimately overturned, the country reverts to state laws to control abortion.
In Wisconsin, that means an 1849 law that would go back into effect, banning abortions in all circumstances except to save a mother's life. Naomi Coles joins us with those details. Naomi?
There is some legal speculation right now about just how enforceable a law that old would be, and it could face litigation. Still, as far as we know right now, that would become reality if the Supreme Court goes in the direction that it appears it will. That doesn't mean penalties for women. It means penalties for the providers giving abortions, up to 6 years in prison and or a $10,000 fine.
If providers like Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin cease offering abortion services, as they will do if there are concerns that what they're doing is potentially going against the law, then it doesn't really matter if people are enforcing the ban or not. If services are not available, Wisconsinites can't get access to those services within our state.
I confirmed with Planned Parenthood in Wisconsin, regardless of the question of enforceability, they will indeed halt all abortion services in the state if Roe v. Wade is overturned because of the risk to their doctors. Outside of hospitals during emergencies, they're the only ones in the state providing abortion services. For some, this is a victory after years of advocacy.
Would of course love nothing more than to see Roe overturned and banished to the past. But of course, this is only a draft, so cautiously optimistic.
Wisconsin Right to Life says they support the current state law as it stands right now without exceptions for rape or incest. But they would be willing to have conversations if further legislation making allowances were proposed.
Thank you, Naomi. Governor Evers says he's leading a coalition of 17 governors to call on Congress to immediately protect access to abortion and reproductive rights. He reacted to the news today while visiting La Crosse for a tourism event.
It was a horrible decision, and one of those things that I truly believe that women have have the right to, take care of their bodies and their own reproductive health. And so
Evers continued to say the ruling is going to impact the state in a very detrimental way, and he emphasized that blocking women from abortions lacks public support in Wisconsin.
First District Congressman Republican Brian Stile reacted to the news this afternoon on Twitter. He said today's news reminds us of the importance of protecting the sanctity of life. As we await the final opinion from the court, I proudly stand as pro-life. This news could have huge implications on much more than just abortion. We're asking today how it would shape the country's understanding of the right to privacy going forward.
Our political reporter Will Keneally sat down with a legal expert and has more. Will?
That's right, with a lot of questions around who leaked the draft and why. UW-Madison professor Howard Schwaber says it was possibly a way to have Justice Alito assert himself as a conservative bastion on the court. Schwaber said the leak likely did not come from liberals on the court, that it would likely serve them no purpose to leak it compared to conservatives on the bench.
What this leak does, it makes it very, very difficult for the other conservative judges to want to change anything, because to any degree that they ask for something to be toned down or softened or made, less extreme, they will be accused of bowing to political pressure. And Alito has a paragraph in his opinion specifically saying, we must not yield to political pressure.
I also asked Schwaber what precedent this case might set for other rights currently existing in case law. So the right to have an abortion is what's called an unenumerated right. So unlike speech, it's not explicitly in the Constitution. According to Schwaber, Alito sets a high bar for what can be considered an unenumerated right. Basically, if a right has been long established, like parents' rights for their kids' education, they could be kept under the Alito ruling. Rights that have come since Roe, like gay marriage, for example, could be overturned by the court in the next few years. Schwaber says this doesn't mean gay marriage and abortion will be blanketly outlawed, but it rather becomes a political issue for the state to decide.
Well, thank you. Ukrainian fighters say Russian forces have begun storming a steel plant in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol.
The development comes as President Biden visits an Alabama facility that makes anti-tank missiles, which the United States is supplying to Ukraine.
Tina Krause has the latest.
Black smoke rose from the steel plant in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol after Russian forces resumed shelling what's likely the last pocket of resistance in the besieged port city. Ukrainian fighters said Russian forces began storming the complex just as a convoy carrying more than 100 evacuees arrived safely at a Ukrainian-controlled city about 100 miles away. Relatives of the Ukrainian forces who remained at the Azovstal plant held a rally in Kyiv demanding their loved ones be evacuated. Meantime, in Ukraine's second-largest city of Kharkiv, firefighters put out flames officials say were caused by Russian shelling. The new offensive comes amid concerns Russia could be planning to annex much of eastern Ukraine after making only incremental gains in the last day or two.
Progress has been plodding for sure, slow, uneven. They continue to face a very stiff Ukrainian resistance.
In an effort to aid Ukrainian resistance, President Biden traveled to a Lockheed Martin facility facility in Alabama that makes Javelin missiles. They're among the weapons the U.S. is providing to Ukraine.
You're making it possible for the Ukrainian people to defend themselves without us having to risk getting in a third world war by sending in American soldiers fighting Russian soldiers.
The president is urging Congress to quickly pass the Ukraine supplemental funding bill. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
A local addiction service held events at the Capitol today in honor of Wisconsin Recovery Alignment Day. ServeURx teamed up with a nonprofit Start Healing Now to introduce new overdose aid kits, or OAKs. They're the boxes that include the life-saving drug Narcan, information on how to administer the drug in an emergency, and other information for those affected by the opioid epidemic. The OAK program is a collaboration to fight the opioid epidemic and provide support to those affected by substance use disorders.
The goal, more or less, is to show that the recovery community is here, right? We are here, we are speaking out, we are together, and we are showing that we want a seat at that table. We want to be able to show and tell what matters most to us, and I think the outcome is just that we want to be heard.
The event featured 41 resource tables with 150 people registered for the informational day.
Drivers who use University Avenue as part of their commute will need to plan ahead for lane closures later this month. A reconstruction project between Shorewood Boulevard and University Bay Drive. The area between Whole Foods on University Avenue and the split with Campus Drive will begin at 7 a.m. Wednesday, May 18th. Madison's engineering department says work on the westbound lanes is scheduled to take place between May 18th and October 16th this year before being suspended for the winter. The eastbound lane work is scheduled to take place next spring and summer. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, we'll continue our discussion about the Supreme Court.
We'll be joined by UW political science professor Ryan Owens about what this means for the average Wisconsinite.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Allergies just try to stop us being the greatest versions of ourselves. Allegra lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl, so trees, you won't take us down.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin, so dust, you won't wipe us out.
And unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make us drowsy. So fur, you won't phase us. When allergies attack, take Allegra before your symptoms take over you. Live your
greatness.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows. We've done the runaround.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different. The experts guided us through every step of their no-pressure process.
We really loved their educational approach. Next Door and Window helped us understand what was right for us.
They have a totally different approach to doors and windows. They made the window and door replacement process simple.
Call 844-600-NEXT to get 50% off your installation.
And I walked right into US Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free.
What'd he say?
He's insured. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. Yeah, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Welcome back, everyone. Get them while they last.
Popeyes is dropping a new saucy version of its popular chicken sandwich today. The Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich features hand-battered crispy chicken and pickles on a brioche bun. What's new is the sauce. It's a blend of buttermilk ranch and spicy buffalo flavoring. Popeye says the sandwich will only be available for a limited time, like in 2019. Remember that, when the restaurant first launched its chicken sandwich. And you'll remember the sandwich was so popular, it sold out in just a couple of weeks and sparked long lines and, well, even some confrontations at several Popeyes locations. People take their chicken very seriously. Well, children growing up on a vegetarian diet tend to weigh less than those who eat meat. Monday, researchers at St. Michael's Hospital of Unity Health, Toronto, released a study looking at how diet affects childhood development. It found children eating a vegetarian diet and children who ate meat were similar in terms of growth, height, and nutritional measures. However, the data showed that was not the case for weight. Kids who ate a plant-based diet tended to be thinner. The study looked at data from nearly 9,000 children between 6 months and 8 years old.
Stocks posted back-to-back sessions of gains as traders await the Federal Reserve. The Dow was up almost 70, the Nasdaq was up 27, and the S&P closed up 20. More now on that stunning leak of a Supreme Court draft opinion suggesting the court will strike down Roe v. Wade this summer.
The draft opinion was written by Justice Samuel Alito and obtained by Politico, but a lot can change before a final ruling is issued.
Ryan Owens is a professor of political science at UW-Madison, a former Republican Attorney General candidate, and an expert on the Supreme Court. Ryan, good to see you. Welcome to Live at 4.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here. Before we talk about the potential implications of this, let's talk about the leak itself. How unprecedented is something like that? And how many people would have access to see a draft opinion?
Sure. Well, so I'll take that first part first. How unprecedented is it? I mean, it is incredibly unprecedented. And, you know, I've told people I think whoever leaked this should be disbarred. Should not be able to set foot in the Supreme Court again. The degree of egregiousness that this showed was just absolutely mind-boggling. It has never happened like this before, ever, in the history of the court. In terms of people who had access to it, you know, you're looking at the 20 to 30 law clerks, the justices, and a handful of court staff who may have access to it. So it's not a huge pool, and I think they should be able to identify who did this, not necessarily easily, but I know the marshals are working on it right now.
Does this have the power to change how people view the Supreme Court in terms of it being an apolitical body versus a political body?
Well, it's tough to say. You know, there are two questions. Like, one is it the leak that's going to influence people's perceptions, or is it going to be the outcome of the case? I mean, certainly, I think we anticipate people's reactions to the outcome of the case to be different as a function of their agreement with it. That's no surprise. But the leak itself, I think, you know, it's incredibly troubling. You know, we've heard about the breakdowns in democratic norms and institutions over the last 6 or so years. This is a pretty tremendously bad example of that. No way this should happen.
What would be the immediate impact, do you think, if the opinion as written holds here in Wisconsin?
Well, most people right now are looking at the statutes that are on the books, one of which was passed in the mid-19th century, which prohibits abortions. It predominantly targets abortion providers, although there are provisions in the statute that would punish females for getting abortions. But if you kind of move down a little bit in those statutes, there is a provision that authorizes women to get therapeutic abortions if necessary to protect their lives. So I think there's going to be a lot of action in the courts about what that definition means in the state courts here in Wisconsin to figure out what that definition means.
You know, a lot of people are already talking about the ripple effect of this in terms of contraception and also the same-sex marriage ruling. What's your take on that ripple effect?
Well, the court in this draft opinion, and certainly during oral argument as well, tried to go out of its way to say, you know, if we pull back on this, that's it. We're not talking about anything else. Now, people have said, well, if they undo this, they're sort of undoing the rationale for same-sex marriage, things like that. The one thing that does differentiate this from those cases is that this, of course, involves the taking of a life. And I think people, if they want to separate this from those other areas, that would be the grounds on which they would do it. Now, if we want to talk, go ahead.
I'm sorry, no, go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, if we want to talk about the implications of this more broadly, I think one of the things we have to look at is, state elections. If the court does go through with this and undo Roe v. Wade, these decisions are going to go back to state legislatures. These issues will become hotly contested, both in, I think, the congressional elections, but also in state legislative, gubernatorial, and judicial elections.
The conversation will continue. Ryan, we appreciate your time very much. Thanks for joining us today.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Well, when we come back, the City of Angels is rallying behind a new soccer club.
And it's called, appropriately enough, Angel City Football Club in Los Angeles, the largest female-led group in professional sports. That's when Live at 4 continues.
He was very good.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Best things in life are free.
Just wait until he hears about free installation from Feldco.
Free installation? Are you kidding me? Yeah!
Free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus no interest for 1 year. That's something to get excited about.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Hey, everybody, who's coming to the big show? Meet me at Vet Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Oakshot Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells for an all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway June, The Mascot Theory, and Beth Killyman. All benefiting Heat and Housing for Heroes. Visit VetAidWI.com for more details.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor. If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
Well, take a look at this. You've heard of weddings in Las Vegas, but what about a wedding on the way to Vegas? That's what happened to an Oklahoma City couple whose spontaneous plans for a wedding jaunt to Sin City were rerouted after their flight was canceled at the last minute. Well, thankfully, a traveler with training offered to help. The three rebooked another flight, and with the help of some Southwest flight attendants, the pair were married at 30,000 feet in a ceremony, complete with toilet paper streamers and a pretzel bag wedding sash. You make it work if you have to. Wow. There was even a makeshift guest registry signed by a panel load of brand new friends.
Oh, that is so great.
Walking down the aisle. It's a new take on that.
Oh, I love that. Would be a memorable flight.
I would say so.
That's wonderful.
Way to be creative.
Well, Julian's here now with a check on the weather, and the rain keeps falling.
That's right. The rain keeps falling for now, but the good news is we're finally going to start to see some sun, but it's just for a brief moment. I know. I just had to ruin it. Rain on your parade.
Well, that's fine.
But we're going to be looking and talking about showers and the potential of how much sun we're going to be seeing coming up in the full forecast coming up right after the break.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
When you decide it's time to look at replacing your gutters, you have options. There are a number of replacement gutter systems on the market. Hi, Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has spent lots of time looking at the best one on the market, and we found it, Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter sets the standard for performance, durability, and beauty with thicker aluminum, wider gutter size, and it's available in 18 beautiful colors. Best of all, Gutter Shutter is 100% made in the USA and guaranteed for as long as your home is standing. My team is dedicated to provide what we like to call the Larson experience. From your first call until well after the job is done, you will be treated like you're part of the Larson family. Please check out our Google reviews and see what customers have to say about us. We'd love to show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off the ladder forever. Right now, get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
It started somewhere between a cuddle and a struggle. It's the side hug. Tween milestones like this may start at age 9.
HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then, too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Welcome. Hi.
Now, as the dad cab, it's my cue to help protect them.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next. Ask their doctor about HPV vaccination today.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, we are ever so close to our end of the rainy day that we've been experiencing throughout our Tuesday, folks. But aside from that, it's going to be cool, and we will start to see the rain really start to taper off in the next coming of hours. And then for tonight, we're going to be looking at finally some clear skies, which we haven't had in quite a couple of days. But temperatures are going to be cool overnight, transitioning into our Wednesday morning. We got to talk about the rain, though. Our last little bouts of rain is starting to exit itself out of Dane County, mainly into the southeastern corridor as of right now. But all the rain itself off and starting to move its way out as that system continues to track itself east. Now, as we take a look at what else we're going to be expecting for tonight, we're looking for a low around 34 degrees, so it's going to be chilly. However, we are going to start to see some clearing coming in later on for tonight as well. And tomorrow, that's right, folks, we're finally going to start to have our bout of sunshine. Mostly sunny skies, milder, 60 degrees. It's going to be almost picture perfect because we're not looking at much in terms of winds either. Now, this is what we've been seeing, which has brought us some rain throughout much of our Tuesday. This low pressure system, which is just settling into the central areas of Illinois, has brought in some rain for us, and now it's continuing to trickle its way east. However, it's bringing some severe weather to our friends over near the Ohio ranges right now. But we are going to be keeping our eye on, because tomorrow will be our brief spout of seeing some sun. Because afterwards, this low, which is all the way into the Great Plains, bringing in some weather over towards Wyoming as of right now, is going to track its way over the Midwest and is going to be bringing us some more rain chances later into the week. But until then, just enjoy the brief sunshine and warm weather that we're going to be seeing heading into tomorrow. Overnight, looking for that clearing. It's going to be like that throughout much of our Wednesday morning as well. Might see a couple of clouds in the sky, but mostly going to be seeing much of that clearing in our skies as well. As we get into the rest of our Wednesday afternoon, temperatures will be into the lower 60s, upper 50s, and we're not seeing anything in terms of precipitation. Cloud cover won't start to develop until we get into the overnight hours early into our Thursday. But in terms of anything from rain, we're not going to be seeing much at all coming into this last little bouts of our system. But then as we roll into Thursday, we are going to start to see the cloud cover develop and another shot of some more rain chances coming in from Thursday evening into our Friday morning. Looks to start to clear itself out late Friday afternoon, Friday evening. And then we're looking for our weekend to be another spot of seeing some really nice weather for us. Temperatures around this time of year into the 60s, but that's right, folks. Next week, we're looking at some real warm weather on the way, 70s and potentially even an 80-degree temperature for us. And our precipitation chances are going to dwindle as we head into the weekend, but for next week, we are going to see them start to pop back up once again. But to break everything down, we are going to be looking at multiple rounds of showers to end our work week. But Wednesday, enjoy it. Our brief little break of some sunshine, and the mild temperatures are heading into this weekend, and sunshine right behind it as well. 60s heading into Saturday. Mother's Day is looking to be pretty nice. Anytime we're going to see any rain, we'll come into the back end of our Sunday, so mainly around the nighttime. But aside from that, Monday into next week, we're looking at real warm temperatures. That's actually something that I'm more accustomed to. Starting to see a little bit more of that summer-like feel, or even that late spring type temperatures as we get into the next week. But until then, at least this weekend is looking to be just marvelous.
Yeah. Temperatures finally on the upswing. That looks good.
Temperatures, the sky's finally cooperating, some sunshine.
Yeah.
I'm so happy
Good
about
stuff.
this.
Mayflowers will be here soon.
I know. We just got to give it a couple more days.
Yeah.
Thanks, Julian.
Thank you, Julian.
The National Women's Soccer League just kicked off its 10th season with 2 new teams taking the field. One of them is the Angel City Football Club in, where else? Los Angeles.
It was founded by actress Natalie Portman and is backed by a star-studded group of women investors, creating the largest female-led ownership group in professional sports.
Jamie Yukas shows us how the team is giving women's sports a boost.
A historic first goal, marking the first time in over a decade the City of Angels could rally behind a women's professional soccer team. Friday, 22,000 fans of all ages, sporting their pink and black gear, faces, and hair, filled Los Angeles' Bank of California Stadium to capacity to witness the inaugural home match of the Angel City Football Club. The club made headlines for its majority female ownership, led by some of Hollywood's biggest stars and sports legends, such as Abby Wambach, Mia Hamm, Serena Williams, and Billie Jean King. The powerhouse team of more than 100 investors is challenging the industry by giving players a cut of the money made from ticket sales, better work conditions, and training for post-playing careers.
You have been fighting for equal pay in terms of women getting paid for so long. Forever. So many people fight for things in their life. You're actually getting to see it happen now. What is that like?
makes me really happy. And we're at a tipping point. These are a lot of the dreams coming true that I used to dream as a younger person.
The club is already making player pay a priority. Hometown hero Kristen Press was the first to sign on to Angel City for a reported roughly $700,000 contract over 3 seasons, making her one of the highest paid athletes in the league.
Do you feel like this is the first time in your career you do feel valued?
In some ways, yes. This is belief in our business. This is belief that we have value. It's not charity to run a women's soccer team. It's a business. It's a business opportunity. And I think that is inherently different, and it feels different.
Heavy investing in female athletes has not been the norm, but a recent World Cup win and a successful high-profile lawsuit for equal pay is helping change the game for the sport. Something Angel City lead investor Alexis Ohanian noticed while watching the 2019 World Cup final with his wife, tennis star Serena Williams, and their daughter, Olympia.
I obviously have my own sort of personal agenda for this because little Olympia was running around during the 2019 World Cup final in her Alex Morgan jersey. And I mentioned to my wife, like, wouldn't it be nice one day if Olympia played in the World Cup? And without missing a beat, Serena says, not until they pay her what she's worth. And I said, okay, challenge accepted.
The challenge is deeply personal.
Angel City.
The girl dad's daughter is now a co-owner at just 4 years old.
Why do you think women's soccer is undervalued, especially in the United States?
Frankly, it's been treated as a charity. I really believe the NWSL can be more popular than the MLS. Our legacy of women's soccer in the United States is that of greatness, right? It is World Cups, it's Olympic gold medals. As we start to show the viewership numbers, the ticket sales, the sponsorship revenue, the merchandising, all that stuff, more and more people will continue to gravitate towards the greatness of the women's game.
Other NWSL teams are duplicating the celebrity investment model. Tennis star Naomi Osaka invested in North Carolina Courage, and the Washington Spirit are partially owned by Chelsea Clinton and Jenna Bush Hager. But to make all this work, Press says it comes down to one very basic sports concept.
Where do you think it goes from here? What's the goal at the end?
I think for me, the goal is to win. The most impactful thing we can do for the world is to win, because that's how they listen.
Jamie Yukas, Los Angeles.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I love the name, too.
Yeah. I think it's interesting how these people in power are investing in these teams so you little girls like Olympia will be able to do this one day.
Wasn't she priceless?
Yeah, she was. She's very cute.
Very, very cute.
Also, Silicon Consumer Reports has last-minute ideas for Mother's Day.
And coming up next hour at 5, doctors continue to investigate an increase of hepatitis cases in children across the country, including here in Wisconsin. We'll have that story at 5.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
We got to see this election for ourselves.
Tile, wood, stone, laminate, and vinyl?
This hardwood is beautiful.
This vinyl is durable.
And this tile? So affordable.
But when it comes to everything our family needs, this one is perfect.
Now this store is the real deal.
At Floor & Decor, there's plenty of room to explore. Because with everyday low pricing on quality in-stock products and on-trend styles, you can really bring your living room to life. Discover Floor & Decor today.
If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. You can already have it and not know it. If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidney health could depend on what you do today. Farxiga is a pill that works in the kidneys to help slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis. Take aim at chronic kidney disease by talking to your doctor and asking about Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starinbank.com.
News 3 Now brings you local reaction to the leaked Supreme Court opinion draft and its possible impact on abortion laws in our state. At 5, we'll look at how state lawmakers are reacting to this revelation.
Now that the rain has cleared out, we're looking at sunshine for tomorrow and a warming trend carrying us into the weekend. We'll look at how high temperatures will climb.
Then at 6, a deep dive into Wisconsin abortion laws. Find out how a possible reversal of Roe v. Wade could change things here. Get insight on both sides of this polarizing issue tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
We're giving the weather satellite a spin. This is the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C.
74 degrees there right now.
Yeah, a nice day, sunny.
No rain.
No, exactly. Makes us jealous. Well, if you haven't started thinking about what to get Mom for Mother's Day, you better hurry up because it's this Sunday, but don't panic just yet.
We're here to help you out. With spring holiday sales just around the corner, Consumer Reports found top-rated items that you could save big on this May.
Here's Leah Linscheid.
Not only does May bring good times and usually good weather, it's also a time to shop and save with the help of Mother's Day and Memorial Day holiday sales. Consumer Reports tracks the prices of many of its top tested products all year long, so it knows exactly when to shop for them. Here are the top products to look out for in this month's best time to buy.
For Mother's Day, we'll see big sales on gift items, especially in the tech categories like smartwatches and fitness trackers. And Memorial Day, we'll see bigger ticket items go on sale like large appliances, mattresses, grills, and more.
First, give Mom the gift of health with a brand new fitness tracker. The Fitbit Luxe Fitness Tracker is now $100 at Amazon, Best Buy, Fitbit, and Macy's. This fitness tracker scored well in CR's ease of use, step counting, and heart accuracy tests. Next, smartwatches. CR found the Citizen CZ Smart on sale for $295 at Amazon and JCPenney. And while the weather begins to heat up, keep Mom and everyone else cool with a new air conditioner. This Frigidaire Gallery air conditioner is now $449 at ABT Electronics. With holiday cookouts on the horizon, now might be the time to get that charcoal Kamado-style grill you've had your eyes set on. This Vision Kamado Professional Grill is now $7.99 at the Home Depot. CR says this grill is easy to clean and scored excellent for cooking both at high and low temperatures. And this month might finally be the time to get a better night's sleep.
If you're looking to buy a mattress right now, the best bet is to wait until closer to Memorial Day when all of the sales you see will get better by about 5 to 10%.
The Avocado Green mattress is one of CR's favorite inner spring mattresses with excellent scores in its comfort tests for side and back sleepers. Have a safe and sunny May. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid.
Are you looking for something we didn't include? Well, Consumer Reports says to be on the lookout for bike helmets, blenders, blood pressure monitors, sunscreens, strollers, and wireless Bluetooth speakers. All items that should go on sale sometime this month.
Gonna get your mom an air conditioner or...
She would need blankets. She's always cold even when it's 80 degrees out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, COVID cases are up across the country. Is it something we should worry about?
Dr. Jeffrey Potoff from UW Health will join us for our weekly update.
Well, it is always a great day when you have a beautiful backdrop like this behind us. For our on-location Buzzed Into Madison, Lisa Lampkins, she is a familiar face with AARP Wisconsin. She is their advocacy director. And we're here today because you guys are hosting the world's most expensive tailgate. Tell us more, Lisa. What does this mean?
That's right, Emmy. We are hosting the world's most expensive tailgate to shine the spotlight on increasing prescription drug prices. We're really calling out Big Pharma for price gouging Wisconsin seniors. If consumer prices went up as much as prescription drug prices, then some Wisconsin tailgate favorites would be way out of range. For example, a 6-pack of beer would be nearly $29. A 6-pack of brats would be almost $12, and a pound of Wisconsin cheese would be about $17. That's one expensive tailgate.
Those are truly alarming numbers. And I mean, everybody feels this because there is inflation and there's price increases on goods and homes and you name it. But why does this truly affect the seniors?
Well, inflation hits seniors especially hard. And then consider that we pay 3 times more what other people pay in other countries for the same prescription drugs. When you combine that with rising grocery prices, it's a hit on seniors' pocketbooks. And some people have to end up choosing between paying for their groceries or paying for the medicine they need.
What do we have to do? What can people do to make sure that their voice is heard?
Well, right now we're calling on Congress to pass comprehensive prescription drug legislation, and the ball's in the U.S. Senate's court. So contact your senators and encourage them to pass prescription drug packages.
All right, AARP.org. Lisa, thank you so much. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Well, for our traffic update, things have slowed down along the Beltline, especially over towards Whitney Way, where we do have a disabled vehicle on the ramp. And that has slowed traffic east and westbound onto the Beltline. So if you were trying to get to anywhere pretty quickly this evening, well, you might want to find an alternate route because it is definitely on the slower end as we are looking at to the Beltline as of right now. Transitioning over to the interstate. A different story, however. Looking at pretty green going into our interstate as we go throughout the rest of our evening hours. And timing things out for us, this is what we're looking at as of right now. Pretty normal for this time of day as we're looking at 25 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline, Sauk City to Middleton, 16 minutes, and from Sun Prairie to downtown, we are also looking around 19 minutes. Pretty standard for those areas, but again, the Beltline is definitely where the slow spot is as of right now, and expect that to just be slow throughout much of this evening. It's going to do it for traffic. Let's toss it back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. New York was glistening with stars of the Hollywood variety last night. The annual Met Gala drew some of the biggest names in film, television, and fashion. The gala's red carpet is known for celebrities showing off their eclectic and bold styles, and 2022 did not disappoint. The theme this year was gilded glamour and white tie, depicting the opulence of the late 19th century, the Gilded Age. While the gala boasts a who's who of attendees, the red carpet isn't the main event. It is just the precursor to the event, which is a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute. What did you think this year?
You know, a lot of fun outfits. I always applaud the people who say, I'm not going to sit down tonight.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What did you think?
I thought they were more beautiful this year and less weird. You know what I mean? I thought they really looked great. Well, on a more serious note, COVID cases have been increasing in almost every state, and some medical experts are warning about a possible summer surge.
But there is some good news that parents of young children have been waiting for. The FDA could grant emergency use authorization for a vaccine for children under 6 as soon as this summer.
UW Health Chief Quality Officer Dr. Jeff Potoff is back with us for his weekly visit. Hi, Dr. Potoff. Good to see you.
How are you guys?
Good. So cases are up. we had a surge last summer, and we had a surge the summer before, right? How quickly we forget.
Right,
2 years into the pandemic. But is there anything special to know about the cases we're seeing right now?
Well, I think the difference this year is we do have BA2 in the environment. We are seeing more cases. These cases we're seeing are probably an underreporting given how much home testing there is. So I do think we'll continue to see a bit of a surge in cases like we did the previous years. The difference this year is that we're more highly vaccinated, and we recently had that Omicron surge, which is affording some people some lingering immunity. So unlike the other 2 years where hospitalizations quickly followed those increasing cases, this year I'm hoping that the hospitalization trend comes up a little bit, levels, and then we kind of get out of this without the big demand of healthcare resources that we saw during these other surges.
Yeah.
And is that why Dr. Fauci made that statement, you know, kind of talking about the difference between the start of the pandemic to where we are now?
Yeah, I think what he's saying is, you know, we are in an endemic phase, and for the United States, it seems that way. You know, I think we're always hesitant to say things are completely better, but the idea that pandemic is when the disease is running rampant, we can't really stop it, hospitals are being overwhelmed, resources are being used up, that's not where we're at right now. We're seeing more cases, but for the most part, hospitals are doing okay. We aren't seeing as many admissions, so in that regard, you know, he's got a point.
That's good news. So this upward trend is not stopping large gatherings of people. We just saw that at the Met Gala, and at the White House Correspondents' Dinner last weekend, they were really packed in there. And as the summer comes, people are going to be having their own gatherings. So how do you evaluate your risk?
Right. I think this is a great question because I think a lot of people, they just heard, you know, we can get rid of all this mitigation and they're like, okay, COVID's dead. And it's not, right? Like COVID's still around. What I look at is, you know, what's my risk? So and a lot of people are doing this. Are you vaccinated? Are you boosted? Have you recently had COVID? If that's the case, your risk for severe disease is lower, but Omicron is really good at causing symptoms, even if you've had Omicron before or you've been vaccinated, boosted, and that could be a fly in your jam for whatever you want to do this summer. So at these large events, no question, transmission is happening. Some people are getting symptoms, and then those people, which you're not seeing on TV, are sitting at home for the next week recovering from what is likely mild symptoms. So I think folks who have, you know, plans or things like that, certainly if you're high risk, even more a reason to say, you know what, maybe I'm going to avoid large gatherings, or if I'm going to go to them, I'm going to put my mask on to try to decrease at least a little bit the likelihood that I catch the disease, and I might not get real sick, but sure would be a bummer to be sick.
Yeah.
With all the, you know, the endemic stage being top of mind, it does seem like we'll take a few steps forward, a few steps back. Is there anything that we can predict with this data that we have that would help us, whether that be more boosters, more annual shots, that sort of thing?
Yeah, you know, I think the data we want to watch more closely, especially as we see additional subvariants, variants that are developing, and that's going to be a story that's with us for a number of years, is our current protection, whether it's previous infection or immunization, good enough to prevent severe disease? You know, worst case scenario, and we don't have this yet, would be a subvariant that's really good at defeating natural immunity, vaccine-induced immunity, and makes people really sick. That would be the thing that kind of turns us back. If we have variants that cause mild disease and we can kind of get through that, we don't overwhelm hospitals, that wouldn't be as bad of a scenario.
Quickly, we're really tight for time, but can we talk about the potential for a vaccine for kids under 6, maybe by this summer?
Yeah, I think you're going to see it by July 4th. Moderna is going to submit their data. It's possible by the time that's reviewed that Pfizer might submit theirs, but for those parents who are really worried about their young kids, I think there's some hope on the horizon with a vaccine early summer.
Oh, that's good to hear. We'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. Good to see you, Dr. Pata. Thanks for your time.
Same.
And we'll be right back after a quick break.
Imagine never having to clean your gutters again. Andrew Larson here, and you don't have to dream about it. My team would love to show you what a new gutter shutter system can do for your home, protecting its foundation and keeping you off that ladder forever. Gutter Shutter is the strongest, most durable, high-performance gutter system on the market, and it's the best bang for your buck. Right now, get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
My sister's managing a lot, including her type 2 diabetes, but she's found new ways to stay on top of it all.
Once weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C, and it can help you lose up to 10 pounds.
Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Even liberal fact-checkers say Democrats have repeatedly lied about me. Now they distorted my record on the tax relief I got for more than 90% of American businesses. The truth is, because of my efforts, small businesses like these on Main Street were able to stay competitive with the big guys. I held firm so that all businesses got tax cuts, allowing them to grow and create good-paying jobs. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Updates on the bombshell leak of a Supreme Court draft opinion that could lead to Roe v. Wade being overturned. We'll have reaction from Wisconsin lawmakers and look into what could happen in our state if the case is reversed. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 5.
Want to know what the weather is like right now where you live? Download the First Warn Weather app and I will give you my hour-by-hour forecast. The First Warn Weather app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
Tomorrow, we finally get a break of the rain and get some sun. Meteorologist Dana Fulton will give you the rundown coming up at 5.
Finding my way forward with node-positive breast cancer felt overwhelming at times. But I never just found my way. I made it. So when I finished active therapy, I kept moving forward and did everything I could to protect myself from recurrence.
Verzenio is the first treatment in over 15 years to reduce the risk of recurrence for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative, node-positive, early breast cancer with a high chance of returning, as determined by your doctor when added to hormone therapy. Hormone therapy works outside the cell, while Verzenio works inside to help stop the growth of cancer cells. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
I'm making my way forward, my way, with Verzenio.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Since I left for college, my dad has gotten back into some of his old hobbies. And now he's taking Trulicity. And it looks like he's gotten into some new, healthier habits, too.
What changes are you making for your type 2 diabetes? Maybe it's time to try Trulicity. It's proven to help lower A1C. It could help you lose up to 10 pounds. And it's only taken once a week, so it can fit into your busy life. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. The choices you make can help control your A1C. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
You won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So take Allegra before allergy symptoms take over you. And for kids, try allergist-recommended non-drowsy children's Allegra.
In our final touch, it's a dream come true for Barbie fans.
A new immersive experience will let you tour Barbie's iconic Malibu dream house. Well, visitors to the world of Barbie will be able to explore a life-size version of her living room, kitchen, and walk-in closet full of the outfits. And of course, most of it is Barbie pink. Fans will also get the chance to sit in Barbie's pink camper van and walk around a number of play sets, including Barbie's neighborhood. The attraction includes a museum that chronicles how Barbie has changed since her debut by Mattel in 1959. The Dream House will tour several cities this summer, including New York, Chicago, and Toronto, where it kicks off in July. we're all Barbie girls in the world.
Thank you, Brady. Thanks for watching Today at 4, everybody. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.